What's up, YouTube? My name is Mike, and welcome to 3D, Dad's Do's and Don'ts. Today's video is going to touch on a pretty important parenting subject, and that is, how do we break the cycle of toxic parenting? How do we unlearn the habits that we learned from our parents that taught us some less than desirable parenting techniques? I understand that parents do their best in every situation, or at least a loving parent does their best. But sometimes just the way that our household was run or the situations that were put in front of us help to shape who we are as people. And as far as parenting is concerned, the only real guide that we have for looking at hands-on parenting is what we saw our parents do when they raised us or they raised our brothers and sisters. You know, we would see glimpses of what uncle and aunt and all that did, but for the most part, mom and dad and the way that they raised us is front and center in our minds as far as how to raise children. Well, in my household, there was a lot of yelling that always went on. There was a ton of yelling, just ridiculous about any little thing. I noticed that I have carried that habit into parenting with my children. Now, I have two young daughters, 10 and 4, and as they get older, I have learned through the years to find a different approach to how I deal with discipline and how I deal with correction. I'm still so far from perfect, but I do see improvement. My point to that is there are things that we can do in order to break the cycle of negativity in our parenting. In order for me to be more calm and to not yell as much and to not get bent out of shape and let that affect the way I deal with my children, I have to make a conscious effort on a daily and a matter by matter basis to handle myself in that manner. It's just like if we were smoking cigarettes and trying to quit. You would have to make a conscious effort not to smoke. You would have to deny yourself when the urge hit, when the monkey got on your back, and it would be a conscious choice that would have to be made many times throughout the day. Obviously, as you form new habits and the old ones start to become old ones and the new ones start to become new ones, then in theory it gets a little bit easier. Well, the same thing with smoking cigarettes, in my opinion, the same thing holds true with raising your children. We have to make a conscious effort every day to be the type of a parent that we want to be. And trust me, I am not sitting up here on a soapbox and trying to preach at anybody. My experiences and the things that I will talk about on these videos will be through my personal experience. The negativity that I'm talking to you about is the same negativity that I brought into my job as a dad, and continually every day I pray to God, I ask for strength, I make a conscious effort, I do the things that I think I need to do in order to improve the way that I conduct myself. And like I said, I believe that conscious effort is the first and the most necessary item in order to break a cycle of negativity. The second is information. I think it's really cool that the internet offers so much information about so many different things. Where parenting is concerned, you can go to any number of 1,000 websites, 1,000 YouTube channels, and there will always be somebody, parents and non-parents alike, who are willing to offer their 2 cents worth to tell you how you should raise your kid. And while you may not agree with everything that you read online, it just allows you to have a different perspective. It allows you to open up your mindset to see different ways that, well, I know I'm not supposed to yell at my kids, but what do I do in order to not yell at them? What steps do I need to take? Or what, stops do I need to put in place in my mind? And maybe we just can't come to that conclusion on our own. Now, with the internet, we just type in how to stop screaming at my kids, and we'll have 1,000 choices up there as to different ways that we can do that, and maybe we read 3 or 4 and one of them resonates with us. And so that's why I say information is so important in breaking these cycles as well. The third thing, and it's kind of something that we all offer as parents, is unconditional love. Because the unconditional love that we bring to a relationship with our children is what makes us selfless. That's what turned all the Mac Daddies and all the G's and all the party people and everything. That's what flips the script when you become a parent, because The unconditional love you have for your child allows you to be selfless, or at least allows most of us to be selfless in raising them. But let's be real about it, or at least I'm going to be real about it. I am not 100% selfless in any situation in my life. Although I would certainly like to think that I was, and I would like to say that I am, the reality of it is that isn't the case. So the unconditional love that I'm speaking of, I mean, I know that most people would probably say, well, you either love somebody unconditionally or you don't. There's no gray area there. But I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that everybody loves on the level that they're able to love. The experiences that they bring to the table dictate how they're able to love you, and vice versa for you with them. So unconditional love may really mean different things for different people. I'm not sure. But I just know that I love my children unconditionally, but I'm not 100% selfless. So as a work in progress every day, just like I make a conscious effort to not handle them in a certain manner, I also make that same conscious effort to figure out how I want to handle them and handle them in that manner instead. So if you have any comments, if you have any questions, please write them. Tell me what's up. I would love to hear from everybody. I would love to find out how other people deal with this situation and trying to break the cycle. If anybody else recognizes that it is an issue in your, household. And like I say, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified when we upload another video. And I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. Have a great day. God bless you. And we'll see you next time.